computer does. Okay, so I am Gabe. I am a Giants fan to heart with my friend Nerm right here. And we just really wanted to talk about the state of New York Giants and issues we see during games. And previously, the last Bills game was a hard one.
Yeah, what's up, guys? My name's Nerm. Huge Giants fan. Just want us to be good. A little disappointed in how it's starting out this year, considering we were just 5-1 the season ago. But
Yeah, we started off 6-1
that's
last year.
yeah, man. Like it's to get the ball on both. It's the end of the halves, both halves, with the
Uh,
ball on the 1 yard line, and just not have the ability to get any points on either on either attempt is honestly it's ridiculous. I don't
yeah,
know
the
who that comes down on, who that comes down to, but somebody's got to.
I think the first half, the end of the first half was on Tyrod because I don't know if you saw, but they switched that play call from a pass to a run because of the look he had.
Yeah, he adjusted it. I don't know why he did that because we
He
had what did we have? 14 seconds. It was first down.
14 seconds. Yeah,
We had three. That's three shots right there. That's three pass plays. You don't get it, you
100%.
take a field goal. You go into the half with some points. Doing that, like it just killed our entire drive. And then like you go into the locker room with that. Obviously,
It
that's not good.
No, it's deflating. It really is. I think Dable he ripped on Tyrod for a while because honestly, you should be able to get the snap. Like I get that you ran the ball, but you should be able to get a spike off in 14 seconds.
I mean, if they call a pass
If
play, you shouldn't adjust
oh
the
yeah,
play.
yeah, yeah,
Ultimately, if
yeah.
especially in that point of the game, if it's a different situation, first time we're coming out second half, you want to do something like that, whatever. However, I just think in that situation, just do what the coach says because you're realistically speaking, Tyrod played well, but ultimately he is the backup quarterback. He's not. I don't think he has that kind of power to even make that kind of move. So I'm not sure where he went with that. However, I do think he played well.
Oh, Tyrod, I thought Tyrod played very well. He played what like I mean he's making like 8 mil. He's one of the higher
Something like that.
he's one of the
7 mil.
higher played yeah he's one of the higher paid backup quarterbacks in the league, and I mean we paid him to have a game like this when we needed him to, and he put our team in a position to win. He didn't do anything like outstanding, but that was one part of the game. I was like, if Daniel Jones was back there, he's not switching that to a run, and
I agree.
so we had the ball at the 1 yard line at the end of the first half, and then at the end of the game, we passed the ball to Darren Waller. DPI should have been called, but it wasn't. That's fine.
Yeah, I
I'm
agree. That
not
was
going
that was
crazy.
so clear too. I think it was from the snap of the ball he was getting held like the
Yeah,
entire
yeah,
time.
yeah. But I'm not mad at the play call. I think they should have ran it to give the ball to Saquon
I
because
agree.
you have one play regardless there, and it's
But I mean, we also did run it at the end of the first half, and it didn't work.
true.
So you can
Yeah,
argue
yeah.
that as
You know what?
well.
We were getting stopped. We were getting stopped in short line situations, but I don't know the clock management. And at the end of the first half, I forgot to mention this. Dable let the clock go down to like 27 seconds before he called a timeout.
I think we had the ball. I think we ran a play at like a minute and 10 seconds. We got the ball down. We ran the next play at 40 seconds, I believe, and then called a timeout or something like that.
Yeah,
Like I don't understand the mentality right there. I don't know why we're running the clock down right there, especially given the fact that we don't have timeouts anyways. I just thought maybe we could have went about that in a different way.
yeah.
But
Some of the things Dable has been doing this season, just I don't know. There's no explanation for it.
I think even going back to last season, I would say that clock management's always been an issue for him. I think he's done great things here. I think he's the guy for us. Obviously, but every coach has their flaws, and I think clock management needs to be one of the things that he looks to improve upon. I don't know how exactly he wants to do that, but it's a clear flaw for him, I think, and it's a weakness for us. We need to be able to score in situations like that. We need to be able to put some points on the board. We can't end both halves with 0 points. It's not acceptable when we end both halves on the 1 yard line. It's not a thing.
No. Oh my, yeah, it's not at all. So, one topic we were trying to get into is the O line, right? We're starting with that. And what's your overlook on how the line played last game and
Honestly,
how?
like I, if you look at the line, from a realistic perspective, you have Justin Pugh coming in 1 week into training, like practice and stuff, but almost a full year now removed from an torn ACL, thrown into the starting lineup. you would expect a decrease, like a decrease. Like you wouldn't expect the line to improve, and I wasn't honestly expecting him to play well. Period, because it's his first week back. I was expecting him to get ragdolled. He stepped in. He stepped up. Couple plays in, he had to move to left tackle. I think he handled that very well. I think as the game progressed and as he got more comfortable, he was really holding that down for us. I think Evan Neal also had a pretty solid game, given there were some plays where I just saw Von Miller absolutely just walk past him. But Rome wasn't built in a day. You know, we got to start somewhere with Evan Neal. I think he's still going to be a good guy. I think he's still going to be a good player for us, but it's a matter of where we fit him in at.
Yeah, that Pew story is insane. Like he was literally on the couch. He was on the couch a week ago. Called him to the practice squad, and we have to sign him to the 53-man roster, especially the way he played last game. I mean, just the circumstances that he was thrown into. I mean, he hasn't played left tackle since 2017, I think it was.
I'm not sure what I don't even know. Has he played left tackle in the NFL?
Well, like he had a few starts at left tackle when like a team.
I know that wasn't a position that he was strong at, especially not to play your first game back off of a torn ACL at age 33. I mean,
it was a great story, and so I think we have to sign him to the 53-man. And Neal played well for. I mean, Neal, like we know what he is now. He played
I think he's capable of so much more, even though we know what he's shown us thus far, you know, but I think he's capable of so much more.
Yeah. Granted, the Bills didn't even play Von Miller that much. He's
still probably on a pitch count coming off the injury. So,
yeah,
I mean, that was our saving grace. However, I think he still did play well. I think there was a couple plays of him in the run game where he looked very dominant.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. In the run game.
And I think that's where he should be able to dominate, especially if you put him and McKeithen right next to each other. They're both 6'7", 350 pounds, 340 pounds, whatever they are. Monsters. They should be able to generate some power off the line, you know?
Yeah, for sure. And then once we get John Michael Smith back at center, that'll help us a lot because
I mean, we need that. But I think Ben Berdison's a solid player. I think he's clearly much better. He's showing that he's much better at guard than center.
Oh,
it's not his fault. He's not a center. You know, he's just thrown into that because we don't have that given our situation. Which, I mean, if JMS didn't fall to us, if the Chicago Bears take him at 56, I believe, what do we do for center this season?
We starting Bredesen.
Yeah, what was our plan there? I'm not too sure.
Okay, so what is your who knows when Andrew Thomas is going to come back? Because I think the whole thing is kind of fluky. I think they probably should have put him on IR right after week 1.
I think so. I mean, now it shows. It's week 1, he got hurt. It's week 6 we just played. If he was on IR minimum of 4 weeks, it would have been fine.
Yeah.
And we would have had a roster spot available for us.
Yeah. So what's your going into week 7 Commanders? What do you think the O-line should look like?
Tyree Phillips has been here before. I know we just signed him today. Shouldn't have never got rid of him in the first place.
Oh yeah, that's another issue I have with Joe Shane and Davo. We were texting each other about this earlier.
We were talking about this before, man. It's like if you go into the season with Matt Peart as your swing tackle, you have Tyree Phillips in camp. Tyree Phillips started 5 games for us last year. Clearly played decent in those games. He was pretty solid, I think.
Oh yeah, he was better. He was better than Neal at right
I think. Yeah, I'd agree. I think he played better than Neal at some certain points. He played, but he started for us. That's the main point. He played real valuable time for us last year, and I think that cutting him in place of Matt Peart to play the swing tackle, and then Andrew Thomas going down and not playing Matt Peart at the swing tackle, at the left tackle spot, and forcing Azudu, who you've had playing guard in camp all summer, that's a disadvantage. Like that's just not working well. That's just a misuse of our pieces.
Yes,
that's the misuse of our pieces. But I think if we're looking at going into the Commanders, going into Sunday, if Tyree Phillips is up to speed, because he knows the playbook, he was here last year. If he's up to speed and he's ready to go, I think their plan would probably be to put Tyree Phillips at left tackle, given that Azudu's on IR now. And then you go Justin Pugh, you kick him back to guard, the spot that we got him for. At center, do we know if JMS is ready to go this week?
I don't think he is.
If he's not, then obviously Bredeson's going to have to go again. And then you got to go Glowinski or McKeithen at right guard. I go McKeithen. You got to play the young guy. You got to play the young guy. But Mark Lewinsky just had a 58.5 PFF grade this week.
I saw that. Let me look.
And a 74.4 pass block grade this week. So, I mean, he probably had the best game of his Giants career this week. So I don't know if we come to it, that's not a bad problem to have.
No, it's not.
Come
I
game
would,
time, it's not really a bad problem to have. And then obviously you got to keep Neal at right tackle, even though eventually I want to see us kick him to guard.
yeah, I want to see him get kicked to guard too. We can't have Neal at right tackle anymore.
We can't, bro. We can't also. It's hard to kick him to guard now, given the state of our roster and that we don't have any natural tackles. We just had to sign our natural tackle in Tyree Phillips. Because
Yeah.
we lost to Zoodle, and he's not even a natural tackle, but he was playing tackle for us.
Yeah, I hope that Tyree Phillips could start at left tackle for us. I think that was like a desperate move by the Giants to sign him from Eagles practice squad, but he knows the system. He started 5 games for us last year, so I think
I think it
he'll
was a
do fine.
no-brainer. Yeah, I think it was a no-brainer decision, to be honest. I think a move had to be made. If you're going to make a move, you're not going to get an all-pro left tackle right now at this point. You might as well get some guy with familiarity in the system. Works out.
Yeah, and I don't know. I'm excited to see where the line play once we're healthy because Pugh is a starter. He's going to start for the rest of the way for us. I think.
I agree.
Well, I think that might be at probably right guard. So when our full line's healthy, it's going to be Thomas, Bredesen, JMS,
yeah.
Pugh, Neal.
I wouldn't mind Pugh next to Neal. I think that Pugh would actually benefit Neal because obviously the right side has not been able to pick up on a stud in 15 years. So
no, maybe with his experience.
I mean, I saw a play this week, bro, with Pugh. They ran a stun on him. He threw the edge into Glowinski and then picked up automatically on, I think it was Floyd, I want to say. Automatically. Like, it was so clean. It was something I haven't seen from the Giants and probably since Andrew Thomas's injury, but before that, nobody.
We haven't been able to pick up a stunt in a while. And that's something JMS is also pretty good at too.
He's a stud. It's like him and Andrew Thomas. Once we get them back, I'm actually pretty excited to see what this offense could be.
Yeah. I'm excited too because it all comes down to the O-line. Because I feel like we have some decent weapons with Wandale back from injury.
Wandale's a beast. He's a beast.
But before we get into all of that, let's talk about the quarterback situation that we have going on. Then we'll transition to that stuff. With the way that Tyrod played, I had a question to ask you. With the way Tyrod played, making 7 or 8 mil, where do you go from Commanders week? Say Jones is healthy. Say he's 90% healthy. Do you start him?
You see, that's why we're in a tough spot because just going off of last week and how Tyrod played, that's what we have. I don't really see much of a drop off between Tyrod and Daniel Jones this season.
Mm-hmm.
However, we made the investment into Daniel Jones, so I think if he's healthy and he's ready to go on Sunday, he's playing. He's a starter without a doubt. There's not a question.
Yeah, I saw Dable was asked that question. He backed up Daniel Jones, said, "Yep, he's our starter." The thing that concerns me because I know that Daniel Jones is better than Tyrod, but
he's in his own head right now.
He is. He's not. I think he's scared because of this line. He can't. He's eyeing down.
He hasn't had a line his whole career. Like at certain points, he just has to start making some plays. I understand the line's horrible, and I'm not denying that. However, I want to see some more anticipation in his throws. I want to see him start taking more shots when they're not there necessarily. Throw them open.
He has no anticipation.
Things you got to see.
He's locking on to one receiver this season. That's
what I'm saying. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see one edge rusher come and you automatically run right or run left.
Dip off the pocket. Yeah.
Manipulate the pocket a little bit. Step up. Like work it a 100%. Little bit.
But the fact that Daniel Jones is getting paid, his cap hit next year is 47 mil.
Yeah.
And he's played like this season. It's worrisome.
That's scary.
It is scary. I just hope that when he comes back, hopefully this line's a little bit better. And we could try to pick up where he left off that second half of that Cardinals game. Or even, I don't know, if our offense could – I don't know. The offense was even amazing last year. It was in the middle of the pack, and we won games because we put up a decent
amount of competent. It doesn't look like this. This isn't even scoring touchdowns. Like, we're just getting there and saying hello to the end zone, just waving at it because we can't get in it.
It's
like, what's that about?
We haven't scored a touchdown since the 49ers game. Well, offensive touchdown since the 49ers game. Yeah.
And what is that? 1, 2, 3, 3.5 games, 3 1/4.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Do you re-sign Tyrod after this year? Let him
No,
walk and draft one. I don't re-sign him either.
no, no, you don't. You can't
You can't.
allocate
Yeah,
$47 million to your starter and then another 7 million to your backup. I think Tyrod's a really good backup, so obviously he's gonna attract some value. He's gonna attract some attention in free agency. I think you let him walk. I think he's a great player.
I
Obviously,
think I think he is a great player.
true
And
leader, true vet, but you draft a guy and then go from there.
yeah, I think
Hope to not be in a spot like this. And if
hope.
honestly, realistically, if we're picking top 10, top five, is QB an option?
I think it is. I really do. I
I
think,
wouldn't rule it out.
especially because the quarterback class is so strong this year. I mean, obviously, you have like Caleb Williams. Oh my! If we had the opportunity to draft Caleb Williams,
It's a no brainer.
it's a no brainer for me. I hope that Daniel Jones and this Giants team doesn't put us in a position to do that.
I agree.
Especially, I don't think they will. I think our season will turn on a little bit. Not, I don't know if we're going to be, I don't know, a playoff contender, but I think we're going to put ourselves in a position to be drafting around probably 13, 14, 15.
I don't know. Like I think it's really tough to tell because we do have a weak second half of the schedule, and we did show a lot of good fight in Buffalo. Just
True.
depends on what kind of Giants team shows up on Sundays from here on out. Is it the Giants team from last year, or is it the Giants team from this year that's just like, all right, let's just go out there and have no shot on offense. Let's just not show any effort because the defense is there. They're improving.
Okay, yeah. So let's transition to the defense real quick. Um, Bobby Okereke has played out
Wow,
of his mind, dude.
that was the best game I've ever seen from a Giants linebacker. I've no,
That
I've personally never seen better, and I'm young, but in the
so
past 10 years, definitely not.
Bobby Okereke. So we have 3 interceptions this year. 2 of them have been tipped by Bobby Okereke, fell into the hands of Micah McFadden and Jason Pinnock, and then the
And
third
then one
one,
he caught,
one he caught. Then
and he forced a fumble on
then he
Sunday as
forced a
well.
fumble on Gabe Davis against the Bills, and he's been all over the place. I think the first couple of weeks he was trying to figure his way out and his role on this team,
He
and
was getting acclimated.
now his pursuit angles and tackles. Oh my gosh, dude, he is
He's ready. Like
insane.
he plays like he knows defense now. Like he's not scared. He's in those holes. Good signing, honestly.
It
I
was
that's what this is. What we're seeing now is what I expected us to see when we signed him. Just watching his tape and stuff, he looked really dominant. He looked like he was just starting to hit his stride in Indianapolis. It's good to see that he's hitting it. He's finding it this early, and he's really starting to lead the defense because you see his impact. He plays that well. Micah McFadden plays as well as he did. Look at the defense. They give up 14 points to Josh Allen's Bills.
Josh Allen was scoreless. The Bills were scoreless after 3 quarters.
That
That's
doesn't happen.
impressive. That's
That doesn't
impressive.
happen.
I mean, Bobby Okereke, that signing was great. Michael McFadden started to play very well. So we have the
I think he's
linebacker
really good in the
settled.
block in the box.
Oh yeah. What do you think about we generated some pressure, I'd say. I think more than others. I think Kayvon, the issue I have with Kayvon is he needs to finish a sack.
Mm.
He's there's about 1 or 2 times a game he gets to the quarterback, gets an arm around him, and the quarterback just shoves him away.
And yeah, I need his motor to be a little bit longer. Like I
Yes,
just need him to be there 4 quarters of the game, like nonstop, like 20. So like I need him to go from the time the whistle blows to the time it ends. It's just you. That's what we need to see. That's what separates the elite guys up top and not the pretty good guys, the good guys. But he's a solid player. I think he did. I think he played better. I think he's been playing better overall the last couple of weeks. Obviously with the sacks.
he has them.
That's like a the sacks don't mean as much to me as they do to other people. I want to see the pressure. I want to see you get there. If you get there, that means more to me than your sack. Personally, if you can get there consistently, that
Oh
shows
yeah.
more. That shows that you can throw the guy off his game instead of just so you have a free couple plays every game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think he will develop into that. I just want to. We need to see the motor out of him. That's
Yeah,
all. I think that's all it
that
comes
was a
down to.
problem. That was a problem last year with Kayvon. I think he mentioned his conditioning wasn't like up to par, or his conditioning wasn't as good as he wanted it to be. And there's moments this year because I went to the game. I went to the Bills Giants game this past Sunday night, and I saw Kayvon. There was times probably on commercial breaks where Kayvon was on the ground. He was like
Mm.
holding his knees. I was like, man, this guy's winded. I don't. I mean,
Honestly, I went to training camp this summer and I would see him like run sprints on the side by himself. So I'm pretty surprised he's getting winded. Uh,
maybe it's just my own conspiracy, but I'm not sure.
I mean, listen, the games are tough. You're playing against really good players. You're playing against a really good offense, high-powered offense. You're playing against a QB that can
True.
manipulate the pocket, move around. Like it's not an easy game. We would
No,
get
it's
there
different.
sometimes, and it's just like not enough. I saw one play, Micah McFadden got there on a blitz,
Hmm.
just wasn't enough for because Josh Allen knows how to manipulate the pocket.
Yeah, he's probably one of the best in the league of avoiding sacks. He's
He's amazing.
insane. What do you feel now that Aziz is hurt? He went to the IR, right?
Yes. Oh my God.
So
Yeah, he did.
we only have Kayvon to generate some pressure. What one thing I want the Giants to do is put Isaiah Simmons at that Aziz role full time.
I don't know if he can. I don't know if he has I don't know if he has the capability. I don't know if he has the strength to be able to man the edge. And I think that given like the state of our defense's ability to stop the run currently, we can't stop the run. I don't know if having him out there trying to man the edge is a benefit to us. I think we need to
I think
go and get a guy that's just an absolute mauler of a human being that has no finesse. He just has straight power and he just pushes the tackle back every single play into the dude. And then you have Kayvon on the other side working his finesse moves and trying to get home.
yeah. No, yeah, I get your point, but I feel with like Boogie Basham, Jahad Ward, they generate no pressure. And I
It's
think
like they're not even out there.
on pure passing downs, just have Isaiah Simmons
That
just
I'd be
have
with.
him,
Third
yeah,
down, you put him on the edge, you have him blitz. I think he has the speed. He can get home. He's good
he
on blitzing,
could.
and I know that's how we've been using him. But I want to see us use him more. He only played 11 snaps on Sunday.
Yeah. He only played 11.
11.
Jeez. I
So
think we need to
yeah,
play him.
that's not
Well, yeah,
given Micah McFadden had a game. He had a day.
he
So
did. He played well.
listen, if you're gonna keep Micah McFadden in, and then Isaiah Simmons is gonna have to lose some snaps that day if he's balling like that. But
How do you feel about the secondary? How do they play?
I think that the Giants need to make a decision very quickly, and I want to say it's this week after this game. If Adori's in the future plans, and I don't think he is. I personally don't. I think he's in the
I don't
last
either.
year. I think they would have extended him this offseason to give them some cap flexibility this season. If he was in the future plans, so if he's not in the plans, I would suggest getting rid of him. He hasn't looked great this season. Uh, I understand Trey Hawkins is his backup. He hasn't looked great either, but he's a rookie. I'd rather have a rookie that has the chance to improve in there because Dory's not look good at all. That's
Adoree
just
has not looked good. I think what
not
messed
at
him
all.
up is we put him in the slot, the nickel
All
corner
camp.
position, all
Yep.
camp. I think that really messed him up. Then we out of nowhere we put him back outside because Trey Hawkins wasn't playing too well, and Adoree Jackson's just better out wide. He's not a nickel
Yeah, he's
corner,
not a slot. He hasn't been a slot his whole career.
and you put him
I'm
out
not
there.
mistaken.
I think he has some value. I also think that Adoree Jackson probably had he has some trade value. We can get rid of Adoree Jackson to like
That's what
a
I'm saying. I think at this point you have to trade him. You get something in return for him, then it's better than just losing him for free. And it's not like you right now. I can't say that there's a major drop off between Adoree and Trey Hawkins. Like
I agree with you.
given that that's not usually how it should be because Dory's a really good player and he's not. He's just not playing up to his own standard currently. It might be due to age. He might have an injury, whatever it is. But if that's the case, then you might as well get rid of the guy that's not going to be here next year. Get some value for him, and then
Especially with like a championship contender that needs an extra corner.
the
Someone's gonna
Niners
go
need a
down.
cornerback too.
Yep. I don't even know if they have draft capital, but we can give
I
a
mean,
Dory. We can get
any
him for
pick
like
in
a
this
third.
draft is worth it. This
Yeah.
draft is insane.
Yeah. So Deontay Banks has been playing very well. That's another reason why we're so reluctant to get rid of Adore, because Deontay Banks has looked like a stud at pick 24.
He
He is
has.
all over the place. And the one-on-one with Stephon Diggs, he looked really good. Stephon Diggs got most of his yards off of broken plays when Josh Allen just made something happen. Those quick throws, not Dory. Deontay Banks was all over.
You saw that play with Stephon Diggs I think it was on the right side of the field where I think they had the scheme was McKinney was lined up on him at first, and Banks was playing, I think, at the safety spot potentially. Diggs ran. I forgot what route he ran. I think it was like a out and up to the seam. I want to say. he did some move, and then Banks stuck with him, and he did it without holding. And I thought that was impressive just because the way it looked on TV. It looked like a situation where if a rookie cornerback is in, it's 100% going to be a flag. And the fact that
Yeah.
it wasn't was impressive to me because he has the makeup speed and he trusts his technique and he trusts his ability to get there to get to the point. So I thought that was pretty impressive and I thought it was pretty cool.
Also, he has a problem with holding. He got away with it, but like he's been getting better at it, at not holding.
I think the refs hate him.
Oh yeah,
Like
they
like they
definitely.
just hate him. They don't know. They've never seen they don't like seeing corners that are just this physical. I guess because he presses and every time he presses, they throw a flag on him.
Yeah, he's aggressive and very physical.
I love him. Great player.
Who do you want in the nickel cornerback position for us this season?
Flott. Not even a question.
100%.
Not even a question.
we were talking about this in training camp. I think Flott in the slot is the thing.
That like it just rhymes. Like if it rhymes, like, it just work.
It works well.
Man. Book it. Flott in the slot.
I don't know whether the coaching staff just didn't see something out of him last year.
He just hates practice. That might be what it is. He just might not like practice because
no
if he's this much of a game, he like is a shutdown corner in the games. If I'm not mistaken, he's really
dude.
Good.
Half the time he is.
Yeah, he's really good.
Like he basically won us that wild card game with that over what was it little crossing route. I think it was KJ Osborne.
Yes,
and Flott just broke it up. Oh, that was a great play, and he has moments where he looks very good in the slot.
He just needs the time.
He needs to get a little stronger, and and I don't know what the coaching staff was thinking because they drafted him in the third round last year, and just
like if you draft him that high, he should be playing. It shouldn't even be a question. I don't think. I like how they try to make the Dory versus Flott like a topic of conversation.
Should have been.
I don't see how that's a thing. You drafted this guy third round. Dory, great player, great dude. Not a great player, but he's a great dude. You just have to like when you invest capital into these guys and you invest positions into these guys, you just have to see what you have in them. It's not worth it playing guys that aren't going to be here long term. If this guy's your future slot corner, why wait to find out?
100%. 100%. So with the next 3 games coming up, who do we have? Washington, Jets, and Raiders. What are you thinking our record might be for the next 3 weeks?
If we were the same Giants team as last year, that's 3-0. Right there, that's 3-0.
But we're not.
However, those teams still suck. So, the Commanders, that's a tough one because Sam Howell's playing really good. He's playing well.
Oh well.
That's a tough one. If DJ plays, DJ loves playing Washington, so I might give that to us.
DJ is 4-1 against Washington.
He goes crazy against Washington, so we'll see. But not gonna.
I don't know. I'm not gonna give.
That's like a 2-1 situation. I want to say somehow we find a way to lose a game in there, but I don't see it being to the Raiders. The Jets have a ridiculous defense, but if they're gonna if we're gonna just play a field goal game, like we could do that. We're pretty good at that. Like we're good at just playing field goal game.
Graham Gano has been our MVP this season.
Every season.
Okay. Do we have any other topics we want to talk about?
What do you think about our run defense, given the fact that we invested capital into it this offseason?
Oh my gosh, it's so we're
not much, but
it's awful. We did invest capital. Aaron Robinson's making $9 million.
Yes, Robinson, and then I'm counting Bobby Okereke as an investment, and he's playing well, so I'm not sure where the problem is.
Dexter Lawrence and Leonard Williams, they're pretty. I mean, Dexter Lawrence is amazing at stopping the run. Leonard Williams has his moments where he's not.
He's another piece that should get traded off potentially.
Let me check his snap count last game because I'm pretty sure he played a lot.
Leo?
Yeah.
I have it up here right now for you. Leo played 55 snaps, 90% of the game.
90.
Dex played 80% of the game. How's this a thing that we're making a reality?
Maybe
where Leonard Williams is playing more than Dexter.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's ridiculous for one, especially because our record's so awful. You would think that we need him out
Dexter
there.
Lawrence $90 million?
We are. I don't know why our run defense has looked so awful. I don't know if it's a scheme thing. I
Well, I
don't.
mean, Aaron Robinson, Ashawn
Hey,
Robinson,
Sean,
sorry, played 6 snaps last game, only 10% of the game.
why are we paying him a 1 year contract? We're up to like 8 mil.
I don't know. I don't know
How
because
about
Jordan Riley played 7 snaps,
I
which
want
is
to see
obviously
more.
one.
I want to see more of Jordan Riley.
I really I like these. I like these defensive tackles we got the last 2 drafts. So Jordan Riley and Ashawn Robinson. I mean, not Ashawn Robinson. DJ Davidson.
Davidson. Yep.
I think I might have spoke too soon on DJ Davidson. Because he's pretty good.
He
I didn't think.
he looked good this year so far.
Yeah, he looks pretty good.
Even last year he had his moments,
He
but
looks very good.
him and Jordan
What he
Riley,
is.
him and Jordan
Solid.
Riley are probably going to be depth pieces for us for the next 4 years,
I
and
think
I'm
the
proud of
D
that.
line coach sees something in Jordan Riley.
Oh yeah, I saw like
Addison.
I saw a video where he was talking about how like they're trying to slowly put in Jordan Riley. What do you
He
think
compared
about
it to like the Danielle Hunter situation. How we did it
yeah
with him.
yeah? What do you think the Giants should fire any assistant coaches, position coaches?
Yeah, yeah,
I know your answer.
yeah.
I know your answer. I just wanted
Very
to hear
bad.
it. I knew your answer. I just wanted to hear what you would have to say about it. I know that hot names. Wait, it needs to
Oh,
focus. Bobby Johnson.
that's not
Bob
focusing.
Bobby Johnson needs to get the
Bobby
boot
Johnson.
as soon
He
as
needs the boot
possible.
ASAP.
Um, him and our special teams coordinator, Thomas, what's the last name? McGonigal. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
He's been on the Giants since like 2017. And our
Yeah,
special
he must
teams
be a
have been
really good guy.
horrible. He must be a great dude.
Yeah, he must be an amazing person. He must be a really good guy to chill with. Because what is going on? We're just keeping guys around because they're good people. Like they're not good at their jobs, but here, just stay. Like I don't care.
Yeah, it's funny because when this new regime came in, we got new position coaches everywhere, and then we just kept him.
Except that.
Yeah, and it's been a problem since he's been here.
Yeah, it's I'm not too sure what the thought process was on keeping him, especially with our special teams last season and our
Yeah,
offensive line last season. Like these guys
with Bobby
showed you who they
Johnson.
were, and you're not believing them.
Yeah, our
And I don't know what I guess Dable might just like Bobby Johnson. They might be friends because he was in Buffalo with him. He was the Buffalo line coach, but Evan Neal
but
was the top pick.
we have seen no progression with Evan Neal with Josh Azudu. I
With
mean,
anybody. I've not
no,
seen anybody progress as offensive line coach.
and Andrew Thomas,
Andrew
but Andrew
Thomas
Thomas
was
is
a
a
good
fluke.
player before he got here.
Yeah, Andrew Thomas
That doesn't
is
count.
top 3 left tackle in the league, so he's an
Like I don't think
anomaly.
a coach can come in. Like if I'm an offensive line coach, I'm not going to go to the San Francisco 49ers and try to change how Trent Williams plays football because he's already an all pro. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So I don't think
yeah,
you can do that when you already have a good player. But Evan Neal,
yeah,
who's a rookie last year, it's much
yeah.
more impressionable.
Yeah, Bobby, I dropped. Was it Bobby Johnson that changed his stance,
I don't know if
or was
I
it?
don't know if it was him that changed his stance. Probably because I saw something about his stance being like really tight. I want to say he's just not able to get out of it fast enough.
No, he's not. I
He's
wonder.
not.
I wonder if because there was a point at that Buffalo game that I was like, put Evan Neal at left tackle. They have nothing to lose. I don't think there will ever be a point where the Giants will move him to left tackle.
And moving him to left tackle is admitting that he failed at right tackle.
Yeah, and I don't think they're willing to do
They're
that.
not ready to admit that yet.
Not yet.
That they're not ready to admit that. And the thing is, if Evan Neal gets drafted by the Browns, if Evan Neal gets drafted by the Niners or the Eagles, like Evan Neal's an all-pro right tackle.
Odds are yes. He has every attribute to be that.
He's in our class. He's been a top player since high school, throughout college. Got drafted number 7.
Yeah.
What happened? You know?
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
We got to get some kind of consultant in the building, work on the line, talk to them, see what's going on, see what the problems are.
We need like a sports like psychiatrist there. Maybe it's all in his head.
You need an outside voice. Like you need somebody to be like, Evan Neal, come on, man. Like, do you see like how big you are, dude? Like,
this
look
was
at
like
the size of you and the guy you're going against right now, and you're losing.
this was like a couple weeks ago. Evan Neal was talking about like people like us flipping burgers.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hopefully that lit up a
Uh,
spark under him.
yeah, no, we're just getting a head start on him. He'll be at the same job if he keeps it up the way he's playing. But
Facts.
I'm not gonna knock him. He did play well this week. So
Yeah. I mean,
listen,
not on
hopefully he
wood.
keeps that up. Not well, but he improved. So hopefully he keeps that upward trajectory going for him.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool to see.
What do you
Hopefully
think
it works
of
out.
the you sent me that video of McDermott and Dable shaking hands.
So weird.
Wasn't
So
that weird?
weird.
There was
But I saw something like they alleged that in the Brian Flores lawsuit that Tim McDonald, which was like a Giants personnel guy, I want to say, texted somebody. He might have texted Brian Flores by accident and said, was talking to somebody and said that Brian Dable might be a potential candidate for OC, even if he doesn't get the head coaching job. He just doesn't want to stay over there. He's done with McDermott, so it's probably just a headbutt and a mashup of philosophies. They're just not seeing eye to eye.
yeah, probably not. Because I saw Dable walked out with Josh Allen after the game. I was like, dude, walk out with
Yeah,
our quarterback.
yeah. What's going on there? I've never seen you do that with DJ.
Yeah, or Tyrod.
I mean, you're paying the guys.
Yeah. Yeah, that's funny.
I mean, listen, that's
What'd you think of the fight?
oh, I liked it. Like that was actually fight. Like I saw for the first time this season. I feel like I saw our players defending each other.
Yeah, I felt like the defense as a whole is more like
They play with so much passion now.
they play with heart and our offense just doesn't.
Yeah, our
they're
offense
two
shows up
different sides right
asleep,
now.
and our defense shows up off like 6 Red Bulls,
Yeah.
which is what it felt like. I mean, but I just feel like we have a much better defense on paper. Like we've invested, obviously, we have the number 5 overall pick on defense. We have Dexter Lawrence on defense. We have the number 25 overall pick on defense. We have,
They should be this good.
yeah, like they should be playing. Like we
Yeah.
invested 40 million in Okereke. We
Yeah.
got Leonard Williams. Like how many teams have 2 top 15, top 20 D tackles in the league on their team? Not many.
Yeah. I think the once the offense gets hopefully back to average,
If they get to average, we're gonna be good.
yeah, we will be good. Because this defense is starting to play with some fire under them.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
it's just a matter of when is that going to happen? Is it going to be too late when it happens?
It probably will be.
That's the
'Cause
annoying part. Because we're
we're
one
gonna
in 5
get
already.
we're gonna
We
get
don't really have
healthy.
room for error.
We're gonna get healthy. It's gonna be too late. But
But like,
oh damn, what was
what
I
are the
gonna say?
standings in the conference right now?
Commanders
Who's the wild
3.
card?
It might be Commanders might have it.
They got Dallas, Seattle, and the Rams. 3-3,
Okay.
4-2, 3-2, 3-3.
Yeah.
Like if we realistically we can do something, but we just have to do it like today.
Yeah. It has to be starting this week with
Yeah,
Tyrod
like
Taylor.
no more losing. And the only potential losses that we can have on this are
Move.
Eagles, because that's real, and like the Cowboys, man.
Eagles.
But I don't see how as a human being you could show up to that Cowboys game after losing 40-0 opening night and not want to blow them out. Like I just,
I'm ready to fight if I was a Giants
yeah, like
player.
if you don't do the same shit you just pulled in Buffalo over there,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, especially because the Cowboys honestly don't look amazing right now. I don't know if you
No, they don't. But I mean, they're always gonna have that good defense. And if they have Micah Parsons, they're always gonna be a threat.
yeah.
You know that they're not gonna. I don't know how deep they'll go, but they're another team that has the pieces. They just, I don't know. They have more pieces than us that you gotta.
Yeah.
figure out.
Circling back to that Bills game, Wink Martindale did not blitz at all, like almost at all. He had 4 people pressured.
Yeah. Do you see like a trend? I
It's
feel like
so
last week,
opposite than last
the
year.
last 2 weeks he's had this like mentality because I believe he didn't pressure much against the Dolphins. They were expecting him to, and he barely
Yeah.
did. And the defense plays better when we don't pressure every play.
Yeah.
It's common sense. It's just you don't. That's not something you do. A blitz is something you do to like catch an offense off guard. if they're expecting it, it's not really like a blitz. Like they know how to, they're gonna block it, you know.
Hmm. Yeah, and
So
I like this trick that he had like on his in his back pocket. He was like, okay, this game I'm just gonna send four. We're gonna double every part of the field. And
that's
I like how he changed it up because usually he didn't do that last year. Last year he blitzed the most in the league. I think it was like at like 48% of plays he blitzed. And
I'm not a fan of that.
I
Not a
just
fan.
yeah, and I think the way our team is right now, because we have some people that could cover. I
That's what I'm saying.
feel
If
like
you
we
have
do.
people that can cover, you don't have
Yeah,
to blitz as much. Give
yeah,
your pass rushers a chance because you know you have like a Deontay Banks to the back there that can run with anybody.
yeah,
He can really, I mean, outside of number 10 and Miami, like he could probably run with anybody, and he was doing pretty well.
yeah. Talking about, I forgot to mention this. When we are talking about like the offense, what do you feel about the wide receiver snaps? Campbell ended up with 0 in the game. Shep had 1. Hodgins had, I think, 18 or 17 snaps.
Double check.
Yeah, let's double check. But I like the fact that they're playing Hyatt basically the full game.
Yeah, you draft the guy, you might as well.
And
Like,
he should have been playing the full, most of the game to start the season. I don't know why we're waiting.
I don't know why we're targeting our third round pick 9 times in 6 games.
Yeah.
If somebody can justify that, and if somebody could justify Paris Campbell's reception and targets over giving them to Jalen Hyatt, I would love to know because I don't say
Yeah.
I thought Paris Campbell was going to be much better than he was with us. To be honest with you,
Oh,
I really
100%.
did. But we throw him the ball. He's not like I thought he was going to be more of a yak guy, catch it and go. He hasn't proved to be that thus far. I'd rather have Wandell as my guy that's going to get the yak. You're going to throw it to Wandell. He's going to get your first down.
Yeah. Paris Campbell's yards after catch are so low. Like,
Is it? I want to
it's
guess it's
insane.
0. It's like 0.5. It has to be.
It's awful. And Wandell is just so good on those third down plays. He just make separation happen.
I think I saw something where it was T. Higgins was thrown to 36 times and had 9 first downs, and Wandell was thrown to 35 and had 10 or something like that. So I mean, you get in the ball, you're moving the sticks, you're
Yeah.
moving the chain, you're. It's just it's in our benefit to play the guys that we invested in a lot of high capital into, especially when
Yeah.
they're playing well. Like, there's not really a benefit in having a guy like Wandell who can get 8 to 10 catches a game and move the sticks for us consistently on the sideline.
What's
I
your
like
what's your thought on Darren Waller's season so far?
it's all right. I think it could be better than it is, to be honest. I think we can see more out of him, but I also don't think that we're using him in the way that we should be using him. Also, I don't think we're. I don't think it's a benefit to Darren Waller to be in line chipping anybody. I
Oh
understand
no,
that's a role of
we
a
need
tight
Daniel
end.
Bellinger doing that
Yeah,
every
like I
time.
understand that's the role of the tight end, but that does put a hinder on what he's able to do offensively, like from the route running. If you chip this guy, you're how many? If our offensive line sucks and you're chipping this guy, you're already taking yourself like a second and a half to start running your route. What are you running? Where are you going? What are you
Yeah.
really? What's really going to happen? We're not putting him in situations to succeed. We need to use him better. We need to use him. We need to spread him out more. I want to see him in the slot. I want to see the linebacker one lined up on him. I want to see taking shots on that. I want to see him lined up as an X. I want to see him moved around. I don't want to
I,
see him
I
in line.
I want to see him lined up at X more often because he's such a mismatch for any corner.
Anyone.
And you saw it, I think Daniel Jones threw him like one like corner fade. Or no, it was like a back shoulder actually. I forgot who. I think it might have been week 2. I don't know, but it was a good ball by Daniel, and he just didn't come down with it. But that's the plays that I want to see Darren Waller being used at. I want him to be back shoulder. In the slot, I want to see like crossing routes.
Another home run.
He is Dave. I mean, Dable just needs to call plays for Waller to get open. And
I think Dable should try to take over play calling duties. Also, that's another problem I'm having with this offense, and I think that's actually limiting us. We're not switching it up at all.
No.
It's second and long, second and anything over 5, second and anything over 7, it's a guaranteed run every
Mhm.
single time. I want you to notice
100%.
this. Guaranteed
No,
run.
yeah, I know it is.
And it's like we're not mixing anything up. What are we doing? Like
Yeah.
if I'm sitting on my couch, I'm watching the game, and I'm seeing that we're running the ball every second down, and I'm noticing this tendency. What do you think the other sideline is doing? Like they obviously see this as well. Like this has to be something that switch it up. We don't have a good offensive line, so we shouldn't be running. We shouldn't have strict tendencies in terms of running. We should be running in the weirdest situations. Like we should run out of spread. Like we should try to run when no one in the world thinks we're going to run. That's the
Yeah.
situation I think we should be running
And
in.
one trend with the Giants too, any first down, if we're under center, it's going to be a play action.
Yeah.
And
Like
teams picked up on it.
they
They
stopped
just
our bootleg.
yeah, we
For the
can't
most
run
part, I feel like
bootlegs
that's what
anymore.
Daniel Jones ate off of last year.
Mhm. We can't do that anymore because the team's got film on it, and we just need to switch something up.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what there is to switch up. I want to say we just have to open the playbook up more. I feel like we run the same 5 plays in terms of running.
Yeah,
There's no other run schemes.
We ran this play a couple times this year. It was like when we have QB under center, then we have like Daniel Bellinger, Saquon, and what's it, Gray, or it's Burita, like all in a line behind Daniel Jones.
Like that, yes, I saw that.
Yeah, but I like that play too. But something like that, so teams know what that play is. That when they hand it off to Saquon, we have to expand off that now.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
I agree.
Like we have to maybe throw in a play action, or maybe hand it off to Gray, go in the opposite direction, same play, but just
I agree.
don't know, because we got stopped on that. I was like, that play should be working like 99% of the time.
You also shouldn't be running the same exact play. Like that's not a play we run all the time. We don't run a lot of things out of it, so we shouldn't run it multiple times and expect.
Because that's the only play we run out of that formation. You know, the defense knows it's coming. Yeah,
they're prepared for it.
Yeah,
and like another problem I'm having with our team is we'll line up like 8 people tight, run the ball. We can't get push on anybody. When we show the defense that we're running the ball, I'm fully expecting them to stop us like at the line of scrimmage because they are expecting it. If they're expecting the run and we can't get any push, it's over. Like
especially when we put Hodgins in, we move Hodgins in, and then we have Bellinger out there on his side. It's just obvious.
It's so obvious when we're running the ball. Like the entire personnel is like it's so weird. I don't understand their plans. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know what they're doing.
Okay. Well, do you have anything else you would like to mention? I think it's been about
just keep feeding Hyatt.
Keep feeding Hyatt.
Wandale.
Wandale. I want them to play
Slayton. Feed that boy Slayton.
Slayton has looked good this year.
Feed that boy Slayton, man. He's separating and he's catching it too. So there's really no excuse to not feed him.
True. Okay, so Washington at 1:00 Sunday. We need to win bad.
Oh, bro. If we don't win, man. If we don't win, I think some major changes are going to happen.
Yeah.
Whether that be personnel, staff, whatever. It's something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hopefully.
We'll see. Who knows when we will be back? I don't know. We'll talk about it. But
maybe we'll be back after the Washington game. Hopefully we have some good news.
True.
To recap.
Hopefully we'll be back after the Washington game. Okay. I'll see you guys.
All right.
Let's stop video. Oh wait, I need to stop recording.